Hey everybody, it's Scott with Mid-Atlantic Severe Weather Authority here with an update as far as our winter weather possible this week. We're looking at a system for Monday into Tuesday, and then also a system from roughly Wednesday evening into Thursday as far as the possibilities of some snowfall. So let's get right into it. Okay, so what we're going to do is right now I'm going to pull up this will be the Euro, pull up the 95th percentile. So this will be roughly up through Wednesday as far as accumulation. Now this will show you the general area. This map is unfortunately inflated, so will we see these amounts? I do not think so, especially not for the Pennsylvania area here. Maybe once you start getting up into to New York State and then up through into Maine. Yes, it's definitely possible. But like I say, for us here in Pennsylvania, I really in the Mid Atlantic, I really don't see these amounts. But this will kind of give you an idea of what's bound to happen with this system because it's kind of like a little bit of a one-two punch. The first system is going to kind of bring in the colder air. As I had mentioned and kind of alluded to earlier in the previous podcast, is that we're going to see possibly some colder temperatures into December, and I'm going to go into that as far a little bit more in depth on the winter weather outlook. That's to come after this podcast, but that's going to kind of give you an idea of what it's setting the stage for what's to happen later this week. Now, with going into the different models here, we have this is the Canadian model. As you can see, it kind of mirrors the Euro model a little bit as far as the heaviest set. In the Canadian, we've lost it here in upstate New York, but it's still sitting here over Pennsylvania as far as State College and northwest region of State College. Going into the GFS, now this one here is a little bit more accurate as far as your snowfall totals are concerned. Again, it's still showing here around the mid-state State College area up northwest of that region into New York State. Now, I think this one is going to give you an idea of more of what you should expect from the system, and this is what I would also give as far as possible snowfall totals. Over here on the eastern half, I think it's a little exaggerated. I don't think we're going to see that much, but is it possible? It's possible once we reach the Thursday standpoint. But let me get right into this here and give you an idea of what's going to happen. What we're looking at here Monday, this is the system that's coming through here that's going to be generating some of the snow on Monday. So we're going to see a lot of the snow, like I say, State College up northwest of that is where we're going to start seeing the snow because the colder air is going to be in that region as far as just it's not going to want to push out. Anything pretty much southbound of that, you're primarily going to see almost an all rain event. So I wouldn't expect anything more than rain pretty much from I-80 and then southbound. So anything in that range, you're pretty much going to have an all rain event. You might see a few snow flurries, a few flakes fly, but it should stay warm enough where you're not going to have, like I say, any real accumulation from this first system. Is it possible you might get a coating? Yeah, I'll go as far as saying it's possible you might get a coating. As you can see, as we progress a little further here in the system on Monday, you're going to see the GFS is showing it's warming up a little bit. So as far as your snowfall totals, I'm thinking from this Monday event, anywhere from a coating to 1 inch. Some of the higher elevations, you might see upwards of 2 inches. But for the most part, like I say, it's going to be an all rain event from the I-80 corridor southbound. So pretty much everything from through here south should be an all rain event. As far as your highest probability for seeing snowfall actually making an impact would be, like I say, up here from State College northbound. So let's go right into later in the week here for the Thursday system. So basically what's happening here with this Thursday system is we used to have that really powerful low pressure that was up here. We had that frontal boundary that just came, extended down, and it was pretty much all rain out front, and then immediately switched to snow and behind the cold front. Well, that's pretty much gone away, and what we are ending up with this system is we're still going to have this low pressure, which is going to move up through Canada here. And then the other side of this coin is there's a weak low pressure that's going to form out here off the coast, and that's going to kind of rob a little bit of the energy that was initially going to feed into the system. It was initially going to feed a good amount of moisture up into the system here. pulling a lot of that rain, like I say, in front of the frontal boundary, and then switching over to the heavier wet snow and everything to the backside. But unfortunately, that's changed, which is not surprising. So, what to expect? With this Thursday system, I think we can generate a little bit more snow, especially with a lake-driven effect. Um, Up here, and once again, everything's pretty much going to be I-80 and northbound. So this is where we're going to see the possibility, I want to say, between total snowfall between Monday and then going in through Thursday's system. Anywhere between 1 to 3 inches of snowfall is possible up in here. I would say could possibly see some regions that are hitting the 4 to 5 inches, depending on some of the lake effect snow bands that are coming off of Lake Erie here. Anything, I want to say, south of the I-80 corridor, the Lehigh Valley, right over in here, yeah, you might see some. Once again, going through the Appalachians here, it's possible with this Thursday system that you may see a coating to 1 inch, possibly 2 inch in some areas that see some higher snowfall totals. I want to say that's definitely a possibility in these regions, but like I say, most of the snow is going to be, once again, with this system through the, oops, a little high there on my drawing, will be from the I-80 corridor northbound and northwest. So that's going to be the breakdown of this next system to come in. Hopefully it makes you happy. If it doesn't, I apologize. There's not much I can do as far as changing it. I'd love to see some better snowfalls to start hitting the ground. But stay tuned here. I'm going to get into the winter weather outlook coming up here, and I'll go a little bit more in depth as to what's to come and what to expect for the winter season. I think I pretty much have it all nailed down, so it should be pretty eventful. So stay tuned.